You're alive. You are good to go. I will go ahead and put.
We're going live. We're gonna get all these, get it switched over and share the links.
I feel like that's spelled wrong.
We will get going.
Or does it look like it's spelled wrong?
It's not. It's fine. Silly. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Who is there? We're sharing links. And hey, Carol. One of my favorite people. My favorite person in
That's favorite.
Queensland, right? So far. How are you today? We're sharing links and all that, and then we will. Hey, Cheryl.
Cheryl.
How are you? Guess what I put in the mail this morning? Who else is here? We'll give everybody a couple minutes. It's not 9 o'clock yet, so we'll start going about a little bit after 9. So give everybody time to chat. Okay, see, I was right. I got it right, Carol. Woohoo! Oh, really? Awesome. I want to go to Nova Scotia. I want to go to Prince Edward Island. I want to go to Charlottetown. I need to go there so bad. Did anybody get their scraps and stuff out so they could work along with us? Okay, you got your Etsy report. Awesome. Hi, Mary. How are you today? Come on, girls. Tell me somebody's going to be crafting with me. Hey, Mama.
I'll be sweating alone.
It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Yep, Carol's way over there. Carol's my daytime girl. It's always daytime when I do something. Well, good, Mary. I'm glad you're doing good.
Does that say 8 or 3? I can't see it. It's a color.
Where?
Okay.
Is everybody doing good today then? What's everybody been up to? Is anybody crafting, making anything? Is anybody making anything pretty? Where did my roll go?
You know what? You put it your mouth.
It's going to be a long day. So what's everybody doing today? No crafting, yes, no? So are we making? Is anybody going to make along with me tonight?
I'll be drawing along with you.
I want everybody to make along with me. These are all my little, I have all kinds of scraps of all kinds of stuff. Some little 6x6 leftovers, which I thought would work great because these all sort of go with my country kitchen journal.
All the common bullshit.
So I thought that was pretty cool. And there's even some fabric in here. There's a chicken with some eggs. There's all kinds of just gooby little things that I throw in here that I have left over. And then I have all of these pieces of paper in all kinds of different colors.
Is this what you were talking about with some hearts on?
Yeah, I found it.
I was like, Mom, did you forget some things?
Let me go ahead and pull this.
I'm having lunch here. I seem to be eating. Yeah.
Okay, well, Cheryl, you don't have to have the toilet paper roll. I'm using the toilet paper roll, and I'll show you. And it's something, you can do if you want to. You can leave them flat. I like doing the toilet paper roll because it takes up less space, and it's just sort of an option.
Isn't it possible to get like a really get cardstock like one of these guys? No.
I got all kinds of
Mary
little...
likes the dress paper.
I know, it's one of my favorites. I don't want to use it. I was looking through here and I'm like, oh, I need to pull my little mannequin out because that's too cute. But see, I'm going to move this over here so I can keep it. All my little scraps are pretty springy, so I think...
Very springy.
Oh, and there's another one. And look, it's got Simplicity on it. I love all the old Simplicity stuff that they have right now. I love that. And I love the back. Like, I mean, look at that black lace. It's just so pretty. Like, this one has a netting back to it. And this came off of a paper that I got at Walmart, I think. I'm pretty sure it came from a stack that I found at Walmart.
I like that.
But I have tons of little scraps, and I need to do something with them. I actually think I'm going to take these bigger ones that I have and set them to the side and try to use the small ones up first. Then I'll move to the big scraps because those are big enough I can make pockets and such out of them. I made a 4-pocket cascading journal card today. Oh, cool.
What does that mean? Oh,
I love doing pockets like that. And I just love all the colors in here. They're so springy. And I mean, there is some black in there, but
can't have all springy.
Look at that. So cute. And see, some of them are like those match, but they're different prints. The pink. I love them. This was all one pad that I used for something. I'm not sure what I used it for. I don't remember now. I've made something out of it over the years and just never threw the pieces away. There's an oddball orange one. I like this one.
Which one's orange?
But this was one of the like the cheap pads you buy at Walmart. I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called. I'm not gonna try to remember. Look, see, that's lace, like a lace pattern, which is really cute. So there's just all kinds of little ones. So I'll probably use all the ones that sort of match. That's what I'm sort of just randomly going through and pulling those out. That way, as I'm doing it, I don't have to take the time to sort of sort. Like all these are come up. These are from Ephemera Tales of Me and You, which see those sort of go together as, you know, their own little collection. I like sort of, that's just a random washi tape that I made for one of my kits. I have some of my oddball stuff from kits that's like left over because I always print out samples, and sometimes if something doesn't work right, then I have all these excess parts left. So I'm just trying to pull these out. Let's see. And there's more that goes with that. That goes with that. So I'm just sort of sorting that. Let's see, and there's some with some really cute words. It says beauty of style and harmony and grace and good rhythm. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Isn't that the truth? That's a life lesson within itself. These go to a totally different set. So let me put these over here. I'll do one with this just to break it up. But I really like these, and these go with real springy. So like these would go with like the garden kit I just done, or just randomly any kind of spring things. I'm trying to do some little oddball things. So yep, all of these are from the same paper set. They're like all the little cutoffs that I made. I actually think this was from, I made a album out of this. I had sold a long time ago. I tell you, I have made some of mine. I wish you know, you make them and then you sell them and then you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't done that. I did my Freya junk journal out of my Bonnie Bairns kit that I have. It's on my Etsy store. It's sort of based in Scotland. It's like little children. It's so cute. It is one of my favorite kits, and I made that, and I actually took it to my family reunion and it sold. And then they collect all the money and they donate it, you know, to help the reunion the next year. But I donated it, and my aunt bought it, which, you know, she has basically a Victorian living room. It's got old, really, really old, like pipe organs and she's got an old pipe organ and all kinds of stuff, but it fit her living room perfectly, so it worked great. But I still miss it. They're like your kids. Okay, it is 6 after. We're going to go ahead and get started. You're going to need textbook pages. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to create a scrap snippet. I know we cover our pages with scraps and we do all that all the time, but we're actually going to make this a snippet where they'll connect, and we will, like my pages that I have, these pages are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, about 4.25 wide. And if you can see, and these are out of like a vintage Harlequin romance or something crazy like that I picked up. I picked it up because I like the brown on the papers and it works good when you're collaging. But it's just perfect. I mean, I have just a little bit on each side of the roll. So once we get the first page, well, we get the first 2 pages or how many ever, then we'll attach it to the roll. Then we can actually roll it around the roll and throw a rubber band on it, and all of our paper snippet will be stored. So when we need it, we can just pull it out, cut off the section we need, roll it back up, band it, and it takes up a lot less space than a bunch of, especially once you've layered them up, you get them and then you sort through them and they end up scattered everywhere. Where, this is sort of on the roll. So, if you have a certain part you want, you can pull it out, snip off that part, re-roll it, and it all stays together. It's just sort of a little bit neater. And I have like some plain brown googly scraps to put on top of it, and I grabbed it. I did not have any music scraps because I've used all them. I do have I keep my doilies, like if I tea dye them and they fall apart, I keep them because I can use it for that type of thing. So we're gonna do. So I've got my glue stick. I'm gonna use a glue stick, and I usually never use a glue stick. However, this is one of those things that I do use a glue stick on. So let me grab a scrap piece of paper over here that I've got to glue on, because I don't want to get it everywhere. Hey, Terry. Yeah, I love putting it on the roll. And I'm going to say this again. That's where the glue is on the roll. That bugs me crazy. But I pulled the glue off, and apparently where I had glued on the thing, it was that almost like Fabri-Tac, that stretchy, nasty glue that's on there. It was gross. But yeah, and I like keeping it on the roll. It's so much easier to keep track of. I can put that in the corner of my desk. It takes up no space. And, if anybody knows, I run out of space. I don't know about anybody else. Hi, Terry. We hope you're doing good. And I'm going to do some. I'll do horizontal. Some I'll do vertical and move them around. So it depends. Hi, Connie. So we'll start out with the vertical, or the horizontal, I guess. Duh. One of those days, guys. Have you guys had one of those days? We've had one of those days. How are you doing, Connie? And then I do like ripping mine. So I am going to rip them because obviously I don't want them all to be the same. And I don't want them, just to be strands of paper, if that makes sense. And what I do now, like how this is hanging off on the end, don't worry about that. Let's use a black one. I think a black one would look cute on there. And I just randomly rip them. And then like this one, I'll put the flat side back. And then the glue will dry, so I just sort of hit on the edge of this because I want it to be able to stick. I don't want it to obviously come loose. There we go. Then let's go with one of these. Well, good, Connie. We're glad you're doing good. And I've seen people do a lot, they'll do the strips and stuff like that. And this is the actual side that I'm going to glue to my tube when I get it done. So I'm trying to be, exact on that side because the less I have to cut off is, the less I could use for something else. Ooh, I love this one. I love this. It's probably one of my favorites. So I'll be stingy with it. And like it depends on what size paper. Now, if you want to do, if you have like encyclopedia pages you want to use, and they're a lot thicker or a lot wider, thicker, whatever, however you want to say it, you can do the same thing with your paper towel holder. Or you can take your your trimmer, trim your pages down to the exact size that you need. I'm actually going to mix this one up a little bit, I think. And I'm going to put this way. Mix it up a little. Make it a little different. I'm going to go ahead and put this, let's see. Well, I'm going to put this away so it goes over onto the other one. And then we can trim up the little edges, if you have to. That's not a big deal. Ooh, I actually like that lace edge. I like that lace edge a lot. I actually think I'm going to bump this up like this and let this one be sort of straight. And just keep bouncing around. Like this has, some words on it. So I'm going to sort of tear in between the words so I can sort of get the little saying on there. And you could ink these if you want to ink them up. I'm not going to ink them up because if I want to ink them up later, I can. Let's see. Yes, Carol, I'm going to wrap it around the roll. I'll show you in just a second. Let me, by the time we get, oh yeah, I cut them up for journal pages. Let's do something dark. I love this little, this one's really cute. I'm going to put it in the corner. Yeah, I love the snippet rolls. And I mean, I know a lot of people do snippet rolls. So, I mean, I'm not trying to, by any means, say that I have a new idea because I realize I do not. However, I like putting them on the toilet paper roll. And I was talking about it to somebody and they're like, what? You do what with yours? And I'm like, I put it on a toilet paper roll. And they're like, well, why would you do that? And I'm like, because I need space and it takes up, ooh, that's going to look good in there. It takes up so much less space. Let's tear this side too. I don't want that to be straight. And then if I have to run another strip through there, then so be it. And just go back through if you have little ends that don't stick and just slide it in there. And it's with using, I don't use glue stick. And you guys know that if you've seen me work any amount of time, I just prefer not to use glue stick. And that's just my personal preference. To each his own. That's just something I don't like to use. Especially my projects that I want to last a long time. But on this I do because I know, I'm going to add other stuff on it. I'm going to put my lace on it. I'm going to put my buttons. I'm going to put, all of that kind of stuff on there. Ooh, I love this little text one. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Yeah, well, and my big thing is I mean, I do a lot of different things. I have a lot of different things going on at one time. Like right now I have the recipe journal going on. I have a design, I have 2 design team projects going on. I have a long-term project going on I'm doing for my group. I have all my digitals I'm doing. Let's see, what else do I have? I have, oh my gosh, just a lot of stuff. And the Wednesday lives going on. And so, I mean, I've got a lot of different stuff. I have stuff everywhere. And so I don't have, I mean, I have an 8-foot table right to my left-hand side, but you can't never have enough space. And so being able to put it on a roll where I can just set a roll up makes it a whole lot easier for me than, okay. So like there's our first page. And it is pretty crazy, but again, this is going to be sort of springy. So I'm going to turn this. Let me grab my other page. Where did I put my pages? Okay. Then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue down this end over here. And flip it upside down. Match it exactly up to the other one. And I mean, you can even overlay them a little bit if you want to. It's not necessary, but you can. And I just sort of push them and bump them up. I mean, just like you guys have all seen people do this, I'm sure. This is no new thing. And I'll do this one all vertical since I already sort of started. And let's do some. Ooh, no, let's do some of this. No, let's do some. Let's do this one. Let's do that one. Let's do this one. I like this little orange one's cute. I'm going to leave it sort of straight. And I don't go the same direction. That doesn't really bother me. And, you know, you can do, what's really cute is if you do one and you do it all out of like, sort of monochromatic, you know, you do all your music paper and all your coffee dyed pages and all that. And then you have a base you can use with anything. And I do like doing that. Ooh, I like this green right here. It's gorgeous. I love green. It's my favorite color. If you guys haven't noticed, usually somebody always goes, well, I noticed that. Everything's green. Green and teal. Those are my two colors. You know what? I'm actually going to put that just in. And I don't really have a certain form or fashion. I just make sure that nothing touches this itself. Yes, it is. It's a great way to use it. But I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I like gather them. Let's get the big polka dots. Ooh, there's a pretty one too. I'm going to tear around the polka dot. I'm actually going to put this right here. Sort of cover up the end of that just because it was so flat. I didn't like that much flat touching. Let's see what else we have over here. Oh, I wanted to put some of this. I think this is really pretty. Oh, Carol, you can adopt her too. She doesn't care. Carol said, hi, Mom. Hi, Mom, to Grandma. And then she was like, well, I guess I should say Dorothy's mom. It's this cute little green and orange and pinky one. That's okay. You can adopt her too. She can be your Indiana mama. How's that? This looks a little loose down here for me, so. And you got to be careful when you're gluing on paper because I flipped that over and it was still sort of wet. There you go. And when I get on the third page, then I'll show you. We'll go ahead and put it on the roll and I'll show you. I mean, you'll be shocked. I use washi so I can take it off and reuse it. She does, Carol. Don't feel special. She adopts everybody. Every time you turn around, but she does it with animals too. She'll bring every stray home too. She has like 8 or 9 cats right now that are pregnant that have just like wandered in from somebody. Ooh, there's some pretty ones in there. Uh-oh, like a green. And then all these little pieces I'll use too. And if you're going and you have like a little piece of the text that shows through, that's fine too. And, you know, like sometimes I'll leave that. Sometimes I'll cover it up. It'll just depend on if I have something I want to cover it up with or not. Like that, because it has words on it. And I like words. So who all's here? I see Carol. I know my mom's here. My mom is Barbara, for anybody that's new that doesn't know. I was trying to let everybody know. A little shout out to my mama. My hands are sticky. I love these little text ones. I think they're so cute. Let's see. Let's put this way, and then I can put something else on there. Ooh, let's put this green one. Put a little more green on there. Everything's better with green. So, does anybody have any new projects they're working on? Anything totally awesome? And our Thursday nights are sort of going to be on building our ephemera basis. Jeez, that's a mouthful. Say that 3 times really fast. Okay, Giggles, be quiet. She's going, ephemera bases, ephemera bases, ephemera bases. It's really somebody's working on something sensational, aren't they? Oh, yeah, I love using napkins on it. It's really cool, too, if you have, like, if you go to Walmart or even the Dollar Tree, any kind of dollar store or anything like that. Well, let me keep that on there, and I'll just transfer that to the other one. And they have the plain white tissue paper. If you get that and put it over top your book pages, but before you do that, when you lay it out, flat while it's still, before you put glue on or whatever, stamp it with archival ink, and then you can Mod Podge over top of it. And ooh, Connie, you will have to show those in the group. I am a gnome fanatic. I love gnomes. I think they're so cool. And they're so cute. Let's see. Oh, here's one. We haven't used one like this before. Let's pull this one out and use it. I love gnomes. But yeah, you can stamp with your archival ink on your tissue paper. Let it, stamp it and then give it a little bit, a minute or two to dry really good. And then Mod Podge over top of it, and all your stamps will come through. It's really cool. And you get all your text and stuff in the background, which I like. And then that's got that orange dot on there. So I'm going to tear this around here and just add this orange piece. Ooh, on watercolor paper. Nice, 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 nice. Yes, you need to show that in the group. I love gnomes. Oh, and I'm a little short. Let's use this little green piece here. Oh, really? That's funny. I used to draw all the time and like a lot of freehand drawing and stuff like that. I just haven't for a while. So, okay. You grab another piece. And you can see how fast. Yes, Terry. That's exactly what it looks like, which works, is awesome. He has the ones that have, because he has the black and white that has like the big rose on it and all that, which is really cool. I have another of my Ranger Tim Holtz stuff that, because I sell it in my Facebook group, and I have another order of it coming in, and I actually have the apiary one and a floral one. I don't know. I've got like 2 or 3 of his collage papers coming in. I think I've got like, I don't know. There we go. Let me go ahead and glue these down just so I know they're held in place. Don't like things flopping around. I see that, and that reminds me of, it hasn't been that, probably, I guess it's probably been 15 or 20 years now. I know a lot of you guys are my age or older, so you'll remember when it went through that fad where all the boys would put their belts on and then they would hang their belt down in front of them or whatever, and it would fly around. It drove me bananas. That's what that reminds me of, that flipping around like that, is because they'd walk and their belt would flip everywhere. It would drive you crazy looking at it. And then I'm just going to trim my sides up. And you don't have to trim your sides up. I mean, that's totally up to you. I do because I don't know why. Because I don't. I guess because it's. I don't know. It's one of those things. Hey, Judy, Judy, Judy. How's Judy doing? What are you cooking good? Oh, I know. Isn't that horrid? I can't stand that. They walk in their pants. I don't know how they learn to live and walk holding their pants up with one hand, and they do everything with one hand. I mean, that has to be like they have to spend time like actually trying to learn to hold their pants up and do everything one-handed, because I know I couldn't do it. It's crazy. Okay, and then I always grab, let me grab. I always try to grab a washi that I don't use a lot. Fried potatoes and onions. Now that's my kind of food. Oh, that's horrid, Elizabeth. Oh, I was trying to be nice, Elizabeth. Stop it. I have the next order ordered. I'm waiting on hearing if it ship when it will ship. So I'm waiting to hear from them. I'm gonna guess early next week is what my guess will be. And then I just grabbed some washi. So I'm using this like Valentine's Day XOXO washi because even though I use it, it was this huge roll when I bought it anyway, because I don't know why. It seems like when you buy holiday stuff, they put ungodly amounts on it. Like you're going to do something for 800 people. And then the stuff you use all the time, they put just a little bit on. Well, I know what it's about. It's about money, but. Okay. And then I just line it up with the edge. Let me flip it around this way. It's easier for me to do when I can see what I'm doing. I try to make sure it's straight on there, obviously. And then just use my washi, because then I'm not going to lose anything. When I get here, I can just pull the washi off. And, you know, I'm not going to just waste. I could glue it down, but then you're going to lose that inch or so. So Elizabeth's over there giggling at herself. Look at her. Shame on you. And then my first one's dry enough, so I don't have to worry about it. Well, I got a part there that I didn't glue down all the way. And you'll be able to tell sort of when you go through there if you have an edge this was an edge that went from one page to the other. And you can always go through and hit that with like art glitter glue or whatever if you see it pop up. But then it just rolls up. And see, as you go through, you'll see if you have any edges, and I just go back through and hit those if I see them. And I mean, you could actually put it on there without that if you're going to roll the page over and it's not, you know, going to be too bad. But some of these, you know, where they double up over top of each other, you think you get them and then you realize you didn't. Let me get my little rag over here. I got glue stick all over my finger. What are you, Elizabeth, what are you talking about on my... What did I start with as a base? This is a toilet paper roll, and then I just used a book page. And I'm just gluing the book pages together with the strips, and then it just rolls around. And then you've got your, you know, well, you put it all the way around. Then, hold on. And then you just grab your rubber band, you know, whatever size fits. I mean, this one's a little too tight, but, and then it'll just set up on your desk and you have it. So you don't have that, you know, you don't have pages of it strung out across your desk. See, you got my mom with that fried potatoes and cabbage. Hey, Giggles. Come here. So, and then it just unrolls, you cut off the parts you need and you go on. So now you guys are going to get this one only awesome thing. And then when I want to add to the end of it, I just put it over to the side and it can sort of roll around itself. And then just set like a couple ink cartridges on it, or ink pads on it. Whew, buddy. And then I can come back through and add on. Now you're going to get the lucky honor of watching Giggles glue some down.
What? Oh, God. I don't know. Okay.
You can look on there and see what I've done.
Okay.
Just don't let the same color touch each other.
Okay. Wow. I just got put on the spot. Hi, everybody, by the way, if I wasn't here already. Ooh, fried cabbage. Ooh. Let's do this one. I mean, I was drawing before this, and she's like, hey, come and do it. She had to go to the bathroom. You know, I wasn't watching her do this, so y'all have to help me. I think she did this, if I'm doing it wrong. I just slightly seen her do it, so... Better get some colors, huh? Ooh, there's this really pretty one. Yep, that's my mom having the super awesome ideas. That's her job. Super awesome ideas 24/7. I'm tough.
Yeah, it takes up so much less space.
Ooh, are you
doing that? You can use whatever color, I don't care.
I like the orange though.
Just don't let them touch.
She put glue on book page. I don't know.
She put glue on the book page. Are you stuck?
No, I've been using this if I'm supposed to.
Yeah. Oh, she's telling you I glued the book page and then shove it down. Yeah, everybody has their own way. So see, she does hers differently. And she probably saves on glue. She has to do everything different, you know, being a teenager, that's what they do. Yeah, and the thing of it is you can wrap so much around your toilet paper roll, and then, you know, when it gets done, and you can literally do, you know, like a monotone one, you know, like a beigey type one, monochromatic one. You can do a spring one. You can do, you know, whatever color, you know, and have a multitude of them. You know, if you have a small basket, you can fit, you know, 10 toilet paper rolls down in there with nothing. And I mean, toilet paper rolls are something you're going to throw away anyway. Unless you're reusing like for some kind of craft. But yeah, I mean, it's something that's going to go in the trash. You're not actually having to buy anything. Dowel rods would be too small.
Dowel rods.
They're just wooden dowel rods.
Oh.
But they're just the perfect size to be able to fit on there. So I know I'm brilliant. Nobody tell me I'm brilliant. No, are you done?
Dude, I can't do that. I can't be put in the frame view frame.
She's nervous. She's not used to doing anything in front of a bunch of people. She was drawing. I interrupted her drawing.
Yes, a kitty cat.
Oh, here, let me show you.
Okay.
See?
Not finished.
She's drawn a kitty cat. Oh, it twisted on me.
Yeah, you can do that.
There you go. Oh, I did it again. Anyway, it's supposed to be a cat.
Like that. Here.
She can do it. Those tablet things switch around on me all the time. I turn mine off so it doesn't do that because I just can't handle that.
You can't do it.
Yeah. It takes duty. Yeah, duty. It's.
I didn't know that that's supposed to be. You can show that one since it's already finished. And it won't twist on you. That one's a dog.
That's a dog that she drew.
I don't know what that emoji is.
I don't know if I can get it up there where it glues in. So yeah, she does a really good job. extremely talented. I wish I was as talented at art as drawing as she is. There's Grandma. See, Grandma is proud of her babies.
Oh, you were tearing the sides? Oh.
Yeah, if I was being lazy, because then I can do a big strip at a time.
Oh, I did that.
That's okay.
Good job.
Oh, let's see you do it. Let's dig through here and find some other ones. Really? Are you okay back there? Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yes.
I know. There's polka dots. There's all kinds of stuff. Ooh, I like this pink pins. Ooh, there's polka dots.
Do the pinstripe.
I will. Let me do the pinstripe in a minute. Geesh. I know. She does a really good job. And she actually does some for like some game type people. They actually have her draw their characters for them and stuff like that. She's actually did some commissions and stuff.
Yeah, tradable commission.
Yeah, so where she trades off and, you know, like, well, one people sent her some stickers and some charmy things, and she drew them their little logo thingy for them. So, well, her little, when she goes up and talks and does the little Done by Dorothy 2 thing that's got like the little tube of paint and all that, she drew her own logo for that. Hey, Melissa. How are you?
Hello, Melissa. My name is nice tea.
Okay. Thank you, dear.
Make sure to try your tea and see if I don't.
I will. Thank you. She's so sweet. She helps out. Oh, I like that straight blue. I just don't want to use that. We are doing a paper snippet roll, Melissa, which is a little bit different than. Okay, I honestly can say I've never, if I can talk, I've never seen anybody do it on toilet paper roll. I've seen tons of people do it. You know, the flat ones, but I actually like it storage wise. So right now I'm doing this, and then when I connect the next one on, I'm going to go into more of like a creamy mauvey one, and then I'll go into the rose one or whatever. Is anybody doing it with me? I mean, who was it? Let's see. Somebody was doing it. Oh my gosh, it's one of those days. Thanks, Mary. And I always like putting, you know, a little bit of extra. So it does have that when I go to add to it. It has that extra piece hanging off. Just sort of hold it down till I can get something on there. I really like this. Ooh, that's pretty too. Oh, that's really pretty. Sorry, guys. I get excited over paper, which I know is crazy, but I do. Doesn't take a lot for me to get excited over paper. You should hear me at the store when I see something new that I haven't ever seen before. My husband's over there laughing at me. Oh, that's right. Connie was one. I knew somebody was, and I was trying to think, and couldn't remember if it was you or if it was Judy. Well, then you'll have to show yours on the group when you get done so everybody can see what you glued. And you'll be surprised at how much you can do. It really doesn't take a lot of time. And let's see, how do I want to put this? I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to go ahead and use that since I already have it. And it's already sort of gluey. And then I just bump them up against themselves. Flip it back over. And I'm good to go again. But here, I just, these are 4 1/4, I think I said. They're like Harlequin romance pages from like 1950 something. It was in this ungodly gold book that I fell in love with. And I just used some washi tape, tape the end of it to the toilet paper roll, and then it just rolls around. Oh, there's another one that, see, it flipped up. I told you. That may have been one that, And if it comes loose, I just throw some glue on there. It's not a big deal. Just tighten it down as I roll it. Wrap around. See, those are the ones I just did. So there's always some on the end that I have to re-glue because I don't pay attention and get the ends in. Oh, there's another one. So there's very little ends on the ends. I probably should glue the things like she did, and then it would work, huh? Yeah, Terry, your paint papers, your jelly prints, old tissue paper. You could just old wrapping paper. Oh, and then I just pulled that off, and then it just folds around, and then you can put a rubber band on it and store it. It takes up a lot less room. That's my thing is I just don't have too much junk going on to have a bunch of junk clutter in my desk everywhere. So it gives me some space. So let me step over here and grab some muty tone stuff. And I don't really mind if it goes from one color into another because, then I just cut around the parts that I need, which I sort of like that. And I like using, these are like the end pages on books because you can see the text through it, which, I really like that. So, let's see. Oh, I have some music paper. This is just some leftover music paper that I had. I'm just going to tear it into pieces and if I have a certain one, like I want to do, a couple here, I'll show you what I sort of cheat. Especially, well, you can with these little ones. You can't so much if you're doing like really, really big ones. But I'll butt my 2 pages up against each other. And then like I'll take this big piece that I have, my glue, move it up. And I know a lot of people don't like really, really bold, bright colors. So like if the colors that I was doing before are too bold, too bright for you, throw some white tissue paper or, the napkin backs we pull off of our napkins that are white, Mod Podge over top of them, and that'll tone those down a ton. And you can ink around your pages and all of that if you want. I don't usually do it when I'm doing these because I tend to use these for like collages for pockets and things like that. So, but sometimes I'll glue the 2 pages together like that and then just sort of work on both of them at the same time, which makes it sort of easy because you can use, 2 pages and one down here and one over there and not have to worry about them being on top of each other. And it sort of speeds the process up. I mean, you can do quite a few pages in a little bit of nothing. I'm going to go all the way down the end because I want to hang that over when I go do that. So I got this actually has some holes in it. So let's see what I have back here. Just in case anybody wants to know. Oh, let me see where it's at. Okay, wait, let me set this to the side in a minute. I'll have her grab that when she comes in. So, oh, there's a really pretty, like, sort of a pink, grainy one. But yeah, I mean, and then when it comes to decorating, I mean, you can throw lace down on top of this. And you actually can do it on the roll too. I've done it on the roll. Put my lace down, stickers, stamp it, whatever you want to, actually embellish it. Buttons, whatever, and it will roll. You just have to be real cautious when you roll so you're not like, smashing everything to pieces. Let's see. Actually, there's another book page that's actually folded into something. Oh, there's a really, really dark brown. Sort of, this is almost like a cardboard. Grab my pink binder clip. Yes, please.
Why do you say binder?
Because it's actually a binder punch.
What?
It does binding. It's not actually a punch.
That's some Barbie.
Okay, let me find a piece of paper that I can use. I'm actually going to use, I'll show you guys a sort of a little trick that I learned accidentally. This is just a piece of cardstock, and this is one of the Happy Place planner punches. And if you slide your paper in there, let me see if I can, maybe if I can get it in there, because this is pretty thick. Let me turn it this way and see if I can. This cardstock's pretty thick to. Hold on, let me try this. I think I did it the other way anyway. Let me see. No, it's not. Maybe I just need to crease it harder. I don't have it creased enough. I may have to use. I did it with my regular paper before, not with cardstock, so I've never tried it with. Oh, there it went. There it went. Okay, but I just sort of stick this in part way, not all the way in, but on a fold, and punch it. Let me put that to the side. And I punch along, and you can buy those. I found mine at Walmart on clearance. I think for like $5. But it does like this little punch, so you can use like the plastic ring bindings. But if you do it on a fold, it opens up like that, and then it's really cool because you can take your ribbon or your lace and actually feed it through it. I mean, I know they have the dies that punch the end of your paper so you can, weave ribbons and stuff in it. But if you don't have the dies, or you don't have a die machine, and you don't want to put, that extra money into having a die, that kind of thing, then it is a cheaper alternative. And it feeds through really easy. I mean, you just pretty much just pop it through because it's where it's cut like that. And then slide it out. And then you can sort of move it over into the center where, that punch space is. And when these are punched, they're approximately, let me see, a 1/2 inch. So, you can actually weave your ribbon through there, which makes it really cool. Or you could even like glue your ribbon down. And if you are folding it on, like if you want to do a signature, like a one signature, say, you're making a gift for somebody, so you want to do a really smart, I'm reading her thing and talking to, a really small signature, like a one signature birthday journal. Then, you can do that and pop it back through, and you can punch your papers like that too. So your pages are like that. So when you weave it through, that actually on the inside would bind your pages too. And then you can pull it through, and knot it and have your bow, and you just sort of have a different look for the binding. So hint, hint, if anybody has one of those and it's just laying around and you're going, what in the world could I use this for besides what I use it for? It works. It also works if you're trying to do like sort of Rolodex cards, but you can put like more than one hole at the bottom. It makes it sort of cool.
Oh, you do? Oh, wait. You stopped laying the page down.
No, it's because these are really small. I don't know why I did that. Probably, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I think I bounce around. I'm not sure. Normally, I just rub it on the page, but I was doing these really small pieces. So if I'm doing big ones, I don't. Oh. She thought she got me doing that.
Darn.
Yeah, you can't never find enough new binding techniques. Judy, do you already have one of those? I know a lot of people have those, if you do planners and things like that. It's a cool way to even do your planner. I actually have a couple sort of planner type binders that I want to do. I found some really good deals on some stuff, and so I want to do that. I just haven't got it done. Oh, that one. Ooh, 2 for the same money.
Yes, she does.
Oh, well, there you go. And you can use it for. I tell you what, it's really cute for if you make sort of like how you do the little notepads, with them different size papers, where you usually staple them at the top, but instead of staple them, you can do that and correct.
Bye, ladies. Have enjoyed today.
Thanks for stopping in, Carol. We love you. Bye. Stay safe and be healthy.
Toodles.
Lainey said, or Giggles said toodles.
You're getting confusing now, ain't it?
Have a great day. And good luck at your appointment. Be safe. I'm actually going to put this over top of all these, and it'll show through once my glue dries. Just because I like having that different layer.
I've never seen somebody spell seal like that.
Just missed a space.
What? No. Normally, like, I do C, the letter C.
Yeah, well, some people like me spell it right.
Well, it's an adjective.
You kids don't spell anything right. Kids don't spell anything right now. Everything's acronyms, and they shorten it and lengthen it, and I don't even think they remember how things are spelled anymore.
I do.
Let's see. I'm going to do some of this too. This pretty rose paper. This is part of my Rose Splendor kit. Just leftover pieces from it. Well, which is probably one of my most favorite kits that I ever made.
Okay, it depends on what context it's.
Pretty, pretty, pretty paper. I'm hunting through my box over here. Oh, look. We can use some of this. I found a tea bag with tea left in it, apparently. A little bit. So don't think, just because you're doing it on a roll that you can't, just throw everything down like you normally do. Because you can. I'm going to rip this. Oops. Is everybody still hanging in there? Everybody's sort of quiet tonight. Is everybody tired? Been a long week. And it has been a long week, that's for sure. My husband's last day of work for this week was today. And I think he was so glad. He said it had been a long week. Just with everything going on. And I agree. Ooh, isn't that pretty? I love that with the black on it. Wow, the artist of this paper just did a great job. I wonder why I like it so much. Do you think it's because I'm the one that made it? That's funny. Here's a piece of paper that got some alcohol spilled on it, so it's got that goofy splotch. What are you mesmerized with, Elizabeth? Just watching the chaos as I glue it everywhere. I don't want to put it there. You know what? Let's actually glue this down, rip this off, put this up here. Just the way it's all going together, or mesmerized with something else. Ooh, there's another piece of that pink. mesmerized with me talking silly. So I'm going to throw this out there. Every Thursday, we're going to be working on ephemera bases and just sort of building up. It may be like making envelopes of a certain kind, or I'm probably not going to do envelopes. I'm tired of envelopes. Decorating different pockets and things like that. Night, Terry. Thanks for stopping in. Get some sleep. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Love you. Have a great time. Try to stay. You going to bed too, Mama? I think Mom's going to bed too. I think I'm wearing these. Ooh, I found a piece of lace in my scrap box. I'm going to cut this top so it lays flat. I don't know if my mom was telling night to Terry or if my mama was saying night. She usually stays up pretty late. This is pretty early for her if she's going to bed. Oh, yeah, I understand that. I'm just going to cut this and use it in 2 spots. Because I love my lace. Let me pull out my Fabri-Tac for that. Ooh, that was stringy. Did you see how stringy that was? Where'd my brush go? It's here somewhere because I usually keep it right here with me. Giggles was in here moving my stuff. Ooh, I found a little pink plain ticket, so I'm gonna put it on there. I actually have a little, I think it's a Fiskars cutter that cuts the little tickets. Like, oh, I don't want to put that's right like that. Ooh, let's put the ticket. We're gonna put the ticket on top of the lace. How does that work? We'll just pile it up like that, and I'll grab a little piece of. Ooh, this looks pretty. I was using the jelly plate the other night, Elizabeth, and I got so aggravated with it. I put it up. I'm like mad at it. So it's in timeout right now. So see, I mean, just as an example, you see how bright and colorful, that one is. And then just on the same roll, I just went into almost that monotone, really pale color. Flip it over. So what I was going to ask you guys is, so we're going to be working on ephemera bases on Thursday. That's going to be, just basically helping build up our stock. Not per se. Look, a bubble made on top of my bottle. It actually dried like that. That's weird. Not like decorated ephemera. Not decorating it. But the bases that we can build off of. Because if you build a base that you can use, with any kind of embellishments, then, you've got that base you can use. So it's ready and you can just grab it and go with it. So what kind of ephemera bases would you guys like to, I do all kinds of different goofy stuff, but I don't know if there's any certain kinds that anybody actually, wants to work on or anything like that. Let me know. Or if if there's something you've seen me do, but you're not sure how I do it, or, something you've seen somebody else do and you're not sure how they've done it. Yes, Elizabeth, it has been one of those days. Love that dirty paper. I'm gonna put another piece over here in the corner. Get away. Everybody's really quiet out there tonight. I'm not used to you guys being quiet. Where's my talkers? Where's all my talkers? Whoopsies. Okay. I'm going to use some of these darker ones. And this is that scraps off of the Prima Tales of Me and You. I actually have part of the paper left, but not a ton, but some. I love the roses on it. Oh, it's okay, Melissa. Was it good, Judy? I bet it was. It sounded good. Oh, well, thank you, Melissa. I'm just using scraps that I have left over from everything. And that little box is not all my scraps, so don't by any means think that that's all my scraps. Well, I think Catherine, Charlie, her little boy, was it today he went to the dentist? Did Charlie go to the dentist today or yesterday? This morning, I think. No. Yesterday. And had teeth pulled. So I think, she's probably, and she actually lives in Montana and they raise sheep and stuff, and their sheep are in their stage where they are having all their lambs. So, ooh, I actually like that one better, I think. What do you do when both sides of the paper is beautiful? See, there's that side, which I like, but I love that side. So this side's got to go. I'm just going to glue it down. Gosh, I love that. That's so pretty. Ooh, there's some little clusters of it. Yes, you can. Yeah, and she's in Montana, so like it's 8:00 her time right now. And she's got two little ones. Her kids are like, what are they, like 5 and 7 maybe? So her kids are pretty little too. So she's still a wee one. She's not very old. Well, I think she's like, I don't know. I don't want to say how old she is, but she's younger than me by quite a few years. So I don't like saying how old people are. Oh, I know. That's what I was thinking about doing, but I've got like 6 or 7 strips that look like that, so I went ahead and put it here, and the other ones I left over there. So I have others. My fingers are getting gluey. I'm telling you guys, that silicone brush comes in handy when your fingers get all gluey when you're doing something like this. Let's do some more of the dark text. Yep, she usually tries to skim in, or she may be here. If she shows up, it'll be towards probably the end, once she gets the kids settled in bed and all that. Which I remember those days. I am so glad. I never thought I'd be glad to have teenagers, and I'm not exactly glad to have teenagers. Don't get me wrong, I love my kids, but teenagers are, whew, buddy. Me and my mom was talking one day, and I told her, I said, if you're a parent and you can say you've never wanted to strangle your kids for being silly or something, you know, every once in a while your kids do something crazy and you're like, oh, I just want to pull my hair out. You never do it, you know, but you're like, oh. You have those moments where you're just like, oh, good Lord, what was I thinking? That's teenagers right there. Ooh, there's a word. We got to, oh, it says flowers. Well, we got to put that in there. Where does that got to go? We'll do that diagonal. But kids are silly. They're great, though. I love my kids to death. I don't know what I'd do without them. I'd probably go crazy. What? Oh, let's put the little polka dot down here, too. There's a different color. Oh, there's sort of a dark polka dot. Might look good in there. I like the white one. Oh, I like the one with the red in it. But yeah, with her sheep coming in, or lambs coming in and all that, it's hard for her to, you know, once that settles down, then she'll settle back down into the norm. Oh, there's a little one we can use. Let's see. I think I'm actually going to put that down here in the corner. Let's put that in the corner. Oh, my. I'm gluing it down. I know, whoever thought you'd be so mesmerized just sitting and watching somebody glue paper. It's crazy, though, sometimes. Ooh, that has a little medicine bottle on it. That's cute. Sometimes it's like silly little things like that. And you could ink up all the edges on here. Or if you wanted to have all of a vintage look, I could go over it with my vintage photo Mod Podge that I have, and it would darken everything up and give, you know, anything that was white, it would give it that sort of dark haze to it. I'm going to put this over here, right at the edge of this, to sort of cover where the joint is, just to make sure it has a little bit more support because it laces there. Let's see. Oh, there's a little scrap we can use there. And I mean, you can use the smallest of scrap. So there's that one. It's pretty. So, I mean, okay, once you get it like this, say you do want to, let me find it. You can, silly me, ink your up and just sort of go over it lightly. And I'm just literally going over it just real easy. I'm not really pushing, trying to drag anything, because I don't want to tear anything loose. But I'm just hitting it, you know, just as light as I can, and still inking it. And that covers and takes all of that. Oh, there's one little edge right there that's a little too bright. Nope. You always see one after you look at the other one. Let's see. Do I see any other ones? Any other angles? Oh, there's one from an angle there. And you can see how that changes that. And you can even continue your pages on and build fabric pages with it as you go. So And if you just like, want to have some ready or whatever, you can do all kinds of just about anything you want to, actually. Well, I mean, you can. Anything you want to put on there, you can put on there. So, glue that one down. And they go pretty fast. I mean, considering I like using these small pages like this because if you like, this is half of an 8x11. And this page is just a little bit too big. So if I want to cut one and make like a pocket out of it, I can take it and cut it about right here. So I would cut it at probably about 4.5 inches, which would be about right here. And then this right here, I can turn around and use on a page for a tuck or just as a cluster, the base of a cluster. And I mean, it goes pretty fast. I mean, because that's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We did 6 pages. So, those are ready to go. And these are really good if you're doing like a rack or a swap or something and you need something real fast and, every once in a while, you get caught up and it dawns on you. Okay, Melissa, we'll be here. Everybody apparently is taking a break. Yes, Judy, it is. It's I love it. Let's see, I'm going to use some of this page up over here that I got. Okay, so I know Connie's here, Judy's here, Elizabeth is here, my mom Barb's here. Let's see, I said Judy. Melissa's here. Who else is in here? Speak up. I'm just curious. I sort of like to know who's listening and watching. You know how many people shy out there, do we? You do not have to be shy in here. So feel free to holler out. And we're a friendly crowd. Everybody likes everybody. I don't think anybody, or at least if anybody doesn't like you, I don't know about it. I like everybody. I'm one of those people that never meet a stranger. Exactly, Judy. And I mean, and you're getting stuff out of your way. You're minimizing, you're taking a whole entire box, emptying your box, and for one little roll by the time you get done. And I mean, and if you want to do a roll in a certain color, then what I would do is maybe, get boxes. I actually made this little box. It's nothing but, it's like my scrap box. And it's just chipboard that I made and covered. I haven't even put let me see if I can. See? And I just made it. It's just chipboard that I covered. I haven't even put the pretty paper on it yet, which I need to do, but I haven't got my scraps out of it. So maybe I'll try to get this covered over the weekend. And maybe one of the things we do next week is I'll show you guys how to make a box to put your scraps in, a scrap box. Because, I mean, that's something you definitely need if you're going to work on ephemera. Okay. There was something I wanted to put on here. What was it? Oh, I want to do just a cheesecloth on paper page. Just because sometimes I like that text with cheesecloth over it. And sometimes I just like to have that. I do want to, what was I looking for? Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Because sometimes you just want that base, whether you want it with, and I put my glue stick on pretty thick. When I do this, I am going to tear this section of this page down here, a pretty big section of it. There you go, Judy. Oh, that's right. Mary's back there hidden. I knew you were there. Are you working on something, Mary? Or just hanging out? Yeah, you can cut like the front off of a cereal box and tape it and use that or whatever. I like doing that. I like making boxes. It's one of my things. I like making albums that go in boxes and that sort of thing too. So but yeah, you can use any kind of box that for scrap. But I want to make a set for my desk that all matches. That's really pretty. So that's what I was working. I was working on that and then got caught up doing something else, and so it's sitting there unfinished still. So see, now I've got a cheesecloth covered page, and I won't cut the edges off here. I'll leave this on and just let it hang over the end of my roll, and it won't hurt anything. So I mean, you can do. I was able to flip it real easy, but now it's getting long enough. I have to flip the whole thing. It's a little bit harder to do, which is good. You like it when it gets like that. And of course, you can do fabric. You can do the fabric snippets on your book pages, just the same. And then run them through your sewing machine, and it works just the same on the book pages. So and flip again. Oh, you're in bed. I think you said that earlier. I'm sorry if I forgot. I get sidetracked sometimes when I'm trying to do 3 things at once. I forget. The glue sticks sticky. Oh, do you get up early? Well, go to bed. That video will still be here tomorrow. I mean, I appreciate you watching, but geesh, don't wear yourself out because of me. Okay. I think I'm going to go back into the bright colors again. I just like sort of changing it up so I'm not having to look at the same thing all the time, if that makes sense. Put this down here. Or I may use all the black and white ones that I have and sort of do a monochromatic Well, hi, Tina. How are you? Oh, was you having trouble with the chat? Was it giving you a fuss? Oh, yeah, sometimes it's goofy. Were you on the page watching? Is that what you were on the Facebook page watching? That's one of the things I don't like. Some of the ones that do like that, it just doesn't, it drives me crazy. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see. What else I have in here? Do I have this really pretty blue piece? I think we'll use that. It'll sort of go along with that. Oh, yeah. I don't know why they do that. You think they'd make it all where it's easier to do. And it's weird because I can do lives on YouTube and it does it fine. And when I try to do anything like towards Facebook with it, it gets all crazy. So I'm not sure it's not. Facebook doesn't have issues with some things. Well, now you know to open it up in Facebook or in YouTube. I love that lacy bordery section right there. It's so pretty. Let's see. If we're doing black and white, we can do some music. My fingers are getting sticky. I'll have to wipe them here in a minute. Now, but I have a camera like and all that in a sort of setup like that. Now, when I was doing it on my phone, I could do Facebook lives and stuff on my phone, and it didn't bother it. It has something to do with, when you're doing the camera, it just doesn't like it. Ooh, there's some pink and black print. That's pretty. Oh, I know who you were, Tina. I know because from Tim Holtz order is how I knew. I was going, what's his name? That's almost a sin to forget Tim Holtz's name, isn't it? Jeez. Just can't do that. Are you good now, Mary? Okay. Did you doze off and take a nap? I always joke with my husband, and he laughs at me because if I finally, get laid in bed and ready or whatever to watch, I'm like, well, I'm going to watch something on YouTube. Within 5 minutes, I'm snoring through whatever it is. He's always like, that didn't last long, did it? And I'm like, I think because I relax, the crafting part of it makes me laugh. Yes, Tina. I think the crafting part makes me relax. So I'm seeing what else I have in here as far as black. There's another little polka dot. That's a green. Ooh, but here's this really pretty little like honeycomb with a little flower in it. That's cute. Yeah, because you had to have your mailing address for PayPal and all that. So that's how I knew that. I actually think I'm gonna put this up here, sort of on top of this brown over here. Layer it up a little bit. Yep. I got scraps everywhere, guys, but I'm using a bunch of them up. So let me ask you this: why I have everybody on here and everybody's paying attention to me, rapt attention to me? No, is there any certain thing that you would like to see, or anything like that? I mean, obviously, I don't know everything, and I'll be the first one to tell you I don't, except if you're my husband, and then I know everything. Do what?
Too real.
Too real, I know, right? That's funny. In his case, I know everything, but for you guys, I don't know everything. So if there's anything you do want to know, though, or want to see, or any questions you have, I mean, they don't even have to be, uh, craft related. If you just have a personal question or whatever, that's fine too. Ask away. I'm an open book about most things. Occasionally, I won't talk about some things. Some things aren't nobody's business. But most of the time. Okay. Let's see. I don't think I want to put, I don't know. I sort of like the text in there too. I think I'm going to put another page on. Does anybody have any questions? Concerns, ideas, anything? Mary's like, not yet. You're so funny, Mary. I'm actually going to put a bigger piece in here just because I want some support for my next page. So, I mean, we did do the cheesecloth page. See it? It's so grungy. You tell me that's not a grungy. And then we got the monochrome page. So, I'm just doing all different kinds. And I've done fabric ones and paper ones and... huh? You guys want to do some washi ones? I got a bunch of washi. We'll do a washi page. Huh? Giggles loves washi. I have to watch my washi because she really likes my washi. Okay. So let me find... Ooh, let's start with this because it has black in it and it's got that pink in it. So we'll start with that. Just tear off a piece. I use it to sort of hold my page together. I do make sure, to glue down, which I mean, I know some people don't, but I find that washi just doesn't stand the test of time sometimes. Nobody has any questions? You used some washi yesterday? I love washi. I really like I like buying my washi when it's in like sets. I guess I like it blending like that. Okay. Let me pull my washi over. Let's see. If we're going to do that, let's do that one. And that might go... Let's see. There's a reddish one. I have a greeny one. I have some numbers we can use. Let's see. I'm going to see what else. I have some hearts. I have a bunch of little bitty stuff. Let's see. Well, let's start with those. And we'll work from there. I have some of my glittery stuff. Let's start with those. Oh, yes, you did. Yes, this one I did. See, Elizabeth, I'm telling you. I just have... And I'm not even going to worry about doing this straight. I'm actually going to do this the width of the page. It's so cute. The little bitty hearts. The little hearts is cute. And I got little stars. And I like, when I do my washi, I like sort of plaiting it, per se. I guess I don't know if that's the word. So I sort of like, overlay them in different directions. Just because I like it different. Oh, I'm sorry, Tina. Well, now you know. You know, that may be why we have some of those lurkers that, you know, because every once in a while I'll be like, you know, we have these lurkers and nobody ever talks. They just sit there. That may be why. Let's put this down right down here. See, I like that with the numbers. Uh-oh, my mom's going to like this one. We're actually talking about in the Facebook group, starting a group chat where we can all chat together. We are working on that. That is in the process. Now you have to get your. There you go, Connie. But we were talking about doing a chat and stuff like that. We were looking at like there's Zoom and there's different places like that you can do chats with. But we actually decided that probably Facebook would be better, because if you have Facebook and you're on Facebook, then you have access to do that, you know, to do the chat. I like this green too. I'm gonna do it this way. Yes. No, the video chat and Facebook. Hold on, let me grab some more. Where did my tube go? My big long tube of washi that all matches. No, there's a green one. Huh? Hold on, guys. I'm looking.
Directly by the parchment.
Now we're talking. This I got. It was like $20. Okay, guys. Now, don't get me wrong. This came in here. This was in here. So I got. Let's see. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Well, no, because your other green one's in there as well. I bet they'd make tape measure one. That guy was in there as well.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in there as well.
15 rolls of washi in it. It had been $20 at Hobby Lobby. And okay, the emojis and stuff should be down below, I think. What are you on? What are you using?
Computer, phone, tablet, etc.
Yeah, you can listen to Miss Technology over here. She knows.
Tablets won't let you do it. I know that for a fact.
But I got this and at Hobby Lobby. It had been $19. And it was one of those ones where you get the coupons that you can use with clearance items. It was on clearance for $3.74, and then I got it was around Christmas time. So I actually got 50% off the $3 and something. So it was pretty sharp. I got it for $1.50 for 15 rolls, and it all matches, and it's so pretty. I should have used this a while ago. But I sort of layering it up. I don't do anything. Whoop, and see, it's a one that rips too, so just put it on there.
It adds character.
Look on your thing and see how you bring the things up, or on my phone even. I don't know on here because I'm inside of the stream.
Emojis?
Yeah.
On Facebook?
No, on YouTube.
On YouTube? For Facebook?
No, on YouTube.
I know. For Facebook, they have their own custom ones, so it's not going to work on YouTube. Does your phone? So if you have a keyboard, if you have an Android keyboard, it won't give you emojis if you don't have them set or if you don't have them on. It won't let you like or reply. It often means you're not signed in, but she is. So
she's signed in because her name's there.
Yeah.
Okay, Mary, get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Have a good night. Stay safe and healthy. Sweet dreams. And actually, I find that like this washi is really good to use because it's all like cactuses and I mean, there's some ferns on there, which I love the ferns. The cactuses, I'm not. There's my mom.
I thought she disappeared.
I thought she fell asleep on us. Where do I want to put it? I'm gonna put it here. I sort of like that. 5 sleepy faces. You guys are so funny. My mom loves emojis, believe me. Every text has emojis on it. It's so funny. She's like a kid with the crayons for the first time.
So, Mom, see how when you go to comment, it shows an emoji, and how for mine it shows it down here. It completely depends on your keyboard that you have.
Yes,
on your phone,
my
computer,
mom
or tablet
is probably doing puzzles watching. She probably is. I really would. That's probably the truth.
Sudoku time.
The woman loves her puzzles. I'm trying to get this. It's stuck.
I was gonna try now.
I'm actually gonna put this over this down here. I sort of like that white and black next to the black and white. I guess they're probably the same, but let's see. I used that. Did I use? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, I did. I used that. Oh, I got the ones. I'm sitting here going, well, I've used all these, I think. But I have this whole jar. Yay. See? Oh, the little cactuses. They're so cute. Huh. Maybe if you exit and like just go through YouTube instead of because I think you're actually opening YouTube through Facebook. Try exiting, Tina, try exiting completely out, then just go through YouTube and see if it comes up. Like go in the, yeah, it may be something in there that's all crazy. Is Tammy here? Well, that's good. Well, we're glad you get to see us. Yeah, you may just try it. Maybe like sometimes they're goofy. I like piecing the different pieces of washi together. I think I just sort of like the look of it. Especially like this because it's like most of it's green. There's Tammy. Oh no, there's White Wolf Mother, which is Tammy, right? Yes. And there's Dawn. See, I remembered your name this time. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Tammy was White Wolf Mother. My daughter was talking about your name after I got done. I told you she would be. She's like, Mom, did you see her name? Like I did. She's like, that is so cool. Well, hold on a minute, you guys, and we'll show you what we're doing. I mean, obviously, we're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Oh, did she? I didn't realize Penny was on. I didn't even see anything from Penny tonight. Oh, I bet she would. See, I didn't know Penny was doing anything. I know when I talked to her yesterday, because we were supposed to do the Wonderful Wednesday Live, she said that her throat was so bad she couldn't talk or anything. So I figured maybe she was out of commission again today too, I guess. Well, maybe she's lucky and got over it. I never get that lucky. When I get down with my throat like that with my allergies, I'm down for days. I did that about probably 2 months ago, and was down for almost a week. I couldn't talk or anything. It was horrid. So what's everybody working on? Oh, I bet. So like we did washi this time. But we're sort of doing a variety. We did washi, and then we did like a monochromatic, and I did just like a grungy cheesecloth one, and we did the rose one, and we did a different color rose one, and we're just sort of we're just gluing them together. And there's more of a drab one, and then we did some bright colors, and then I actually washi tape it to a toilet paper roll, because then I can roll it up so it doesn't take all that room. It doesn't take up all that room on my desk, like of laying individual papers on top of each other. Oh, are you playing an ongoing game? Fun. It's hard to do, flipping it around on top of itself. And then I can roll it up and rubber band it, or even wash it, and then it's all like sort of self-contained, so it doesn't take up my whole desk with a bunch of pages. I just like it because I think it's easier to do for me, because I fight for space on my desk. I got more important things to do than basis, so that's what we've been doing. Aria. Oh, Elizabeth, that doesn't sound fun. So we're just finishing up. I'll probably do one more. I'll probably do another washi one. Let me get all these washies out of the way. Oops, wrong end. Helps if you put them in the right end. Oh, one turned. I'll set them to the side. I like doing my ones with one. Does it all match? This one's I really like this one too, because it's got some really pretty colors. I'll start with the big bold one. We'll do another washi one. Yeah. Oh, I do too. I'm a washi fanatic. I don't think they make enough washi in the world. Oh, this color? This one? I do too. It's like one of my favorite sets. I think it came from, it's a paper studio called Petals and Bloom. So that was Hobby Lobby. Yeah, I love these, and usually I'm not a big. Oh, you know what? Let me do one with words on it. I'm usually not a big dark washy person. Like I like the lighter colors of washi, but I really love this set. And this is memories. I actually think I'm gonna put this across the top up here. And then I'll put it down through here, just right in the middle. I bet, Tammy, I love when you get new. I go nuts when I get my new ink every time. When I get my ink, I know that sounds crazy, and I'm like, oh, you new ink. Something I like about HP Instant Ink is it's like Christmas every time my ink comes. I had to buy a new printer about 4 months ago. Mine just was working perfectly fine and then just gave out of nowhere. Dawn, I don't know if you're still here or not. I watched your new video. It was really good. Um, I tell you now, a lot of people don't have good luck with them, but now I found the trick. At least it works for me. When I first got it, I would run out and I had to wait and I had to run out. So, but I made the mistake. The first time I ran out of ink and they sent my ink and I wasn't printing something right then. So I would wait and then I would switch it out. I don't do that now. If they send when they send ink, um, like if I run out and they send it, when they send it, I immediately put my new ink in. I mean, as soon as I got it, and went ahead and I like forced myself to print everything I needed to print. So I sort of like, I don't know, backlogged, I guess, for lack of a word, all of the, like the digitals I needed to print. And I don't want that there because that's there. And all that. So then I forced myself to print all those at once and empty an ink cartridge. So I sort of just printed off things that maybe I didn't really need, but like tickets and, things you can use all the time anyway. I forced myself to use up that ink. I mean, as fast as I could go. And I printed all of that out in like a day. I emptied this ink cartridge. Then, as soon as I emptied that ink cartridge, they shipped me another one. So now I have a full ink cartridge. They sent me a new one. Well, when they sent a new one, because I used one in a whole day, they went, okay, this person's probably going to use a lot of ink. So they send me 2 ink cartridges at a time. So I get 2 colored inks and 2 black inks at a time. So when I use my colored ink now, one of them, they automatically go ahead and ship me 2. So I actually have like 3 ink cartridges most of the time. And I looked at a bunch of different printers, but I wanted something that was small that would just, sort of work fast. And I bought the HP Envy 5055 and it does photos. It's a photo one. And I don't have any problems with it. And I mean, it prints pretty fast. I really, really like it. And it's not one of the more expensive ones. I think it was like $79 maybe. And then I got like 3 months free. But now I pay $19 a month with mine because I found that although most months I don't use 700, I print a lot because when I do my digitals, you have all that. I always print copies of mine out. I'm not one of those people that like makes my digitals and throws them up without printing them out and trying them myself. So I print them all out and try them myself. So, I go through a lot of digitals and print a lot out. So the 700 is worth it for me. And then I have, um, oh, really? Cool. I actually went for we looked at the bigger ones. I actually looked at one of the, well, this one's stuck in it. It's not coming loose. I actually looked at one of the 12 by 12 formats even, so I could print 12 by 12s. But I actually decided on the Envy because it's a photo printer. And I'm looking for, I need something a little bit, I think I'm going to put one little word memory in there. I really wanted something that would do the photos too. And then I have another printer that I use for, any like other things if I want to, but and I can't even, it's like a 6960 or something. It's some ungodly number on it. I don't remember what it is. It's really, really high tech, and it does. Oh, really? But now my other one, it faxes and copies and scans. And you like the roses? This one? Yeah, I really like this whole set. This set is, like I said, called Petals and Blooms from Paper Studio. It was $14.99. I'm sure I bought it. It doesn't have a clearance tag on it, so I probably bought it 50% off. So I probably paid $7 for it. And you get 9. You get, well, let me hold them up. These all come in the set. So you get a really nice variety of roses and black and whites, and you have the pink that goes with the roses. Then you have the black and white with the pink. I really like it. Well, yeah, it wouldn't. I don't think it would have. So there's that washi page. I love this page. And here's something cool too that I don't think a lot of people think about. Like if you do these, if you do some washi ones, they're really great. If you send out a rack, you can just go through and cut a section off. And if you don't glue it and you just, place your washi down, you can actually cut a strip off and send it to somebody. And then, they've got a sample of, a bunch of washis, which makes it really nice. Or you can just cut it off and, put it in your journal. And then you've got basically a little washi collection with you. And I mean, you could turn it like this and use it as a tuck, reinforce it, maybe put an extra book page on back, make it a tuck. And then, you can use your washi straight off of it as you go, which makes it really nice. So, but there you go, guys. That's how I do mine. I know a lot of people do things differently, and, maybe I do mine totally crazy compared to some. I don't know. That's just how I do mine. I have one other set of, well, I mean, I've got other sets, but this is probably one of my favorites too. And this is the Auburn Lane one. And I just, well, my gold one's not in here. My gold one's on my desk somewhere because I was just using it. It comes with I used it last night. I was looking up here in my washi to see if it's up here. Or if I put it, I may have put it back in there somewhere else. Oh, well. Anyway, there's an embossed gold, like a gold leafed embossing one that goes with these too. And I really like them. Yeah, I've done that. I've did it like this and used them to do it. If you want to send it like a sampler, I would use like cardstock or something a little heavier. If you had like, say, okay, like I have this collection and the other 2 collections I showed you. This one came from Tuesday Mornings. It was like $3.99. Say I wanted to share all 3. I was sending something to a friend or whatever. Oh, yeah, I will definitely be watching it, Dawn. Thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Good night, Elizabeth. But if I wanted to do a sampler, I would do all 3 of them, do like, whichever one you like the most, full page, then do one, 2/3 of a page, and then do one 1/3 of a page. And then you could actually put a topper across the top and have like 3-page sampler of, your different sets of washi. And sometimes it's nice to do that. You could do that, write what they are in the back. Night, Mom. you know, if you use regular like white cardstock or whatever, cream cardstock or whatever, or craft cardstock, whatever you want to use, you can write what the collection is on the back and, you know, sort of have your sampler of the ones you have. So if you have a certain one, you know, you like, but you can't remember what set it is, you know, you can flip open a little book and go to it. The little cheap dollar plastic covered photo albums that, you know, you just slip the 4x6s in work great for that. And then you can just flip through and reference which one you have. You guys are so funny. You want me to tell you a trick to that, Tina? Get buy a pack of the glossy photo paper, the 4x6 glossy photo paper, or if you have the 8.5x11, you know, you can cut it into squares or whatever size you want. It peels right off of there. What I've also did too, if you have a laminator, is, you know, make a really cute dashboard of whatever design paper you want, run it through your laminator, and then put it on your laminator or on your sheet after it's laminated, and it'll all pull right off. If you want to, like, the reason is it like washi that people have sent you through the mail? If it's washi people have sent you through the mail, I can tell you why. Most of those people put glue on it. But yeah, so we may do that. Maybe I'll do that next week. We'll also show you sort of how I do my dashboard if I'm going to store it in. We may do that. I want to do a dashboard, a washi dashboard, because that's how I store mine in my journals. And I also do a watercolor book that I store in my journals. So I have my, you know, a little travel size, basically, watercolor book with me. So I may show you that, guys, next week. We may do that, things we can add to our journal next week. So, yep, you guys have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. I've really had a blast. You know, got quite a bit done. We ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pages on our roll. So, you know, that's going to be used for a lot of, you can use playing cards. That works good. If you want to put a little bit, I really like using washi. So thanks, Tammy. And hold on, I'll show you in a second. And you do have to work with a little bit if you've got like cheesecloth and stuff in there, because it tends to, like, you know, want to go every which way but loose for you. But it does roll up. And then I just sort of put my fingers in it, just like you guys know how you tighten something up. Tighten it up. And then you can use a bracelet or whatever. I haven't made one yet. So I just use a rubber band. And it holds it. And I can set this up on the corner of my desk. And it takes up like 1.5 inches space versus, you know, if I had all those book pages laid out in a box, then you've got to have the box and you've got all that stuff, and it takes up a lot of room. So, okay, guys, I am going to get off here now and hit it. It is almost 11 o'clock. Thanks so much for, you know, tuning in. I've had a blast. So, you know, get you some. Save that desk space. And you guys have a great night, and we will see you again next time. Thanks for chatting. Bye. Oh, you're okay, Tina. No biggie. That's what that is a toilet paper roll. That's what that is a toilet paper roll. And then I just washi the end of it onto the toilet paper roll. Night, Melissa. You have a good night's sleep, too. You too, Tammy and Tina. Bye, guys. Have a great night. Love you all. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Yep, here. Hold on. Just let me unroll.
This is way longer than I thought it
was. It's 12 pages. Okay. It is just a toilet paper roll, and I washed it on there. And if you, now this is for the thin book pages, like the 4.5. If you want to do the wider pages, then use your paper towel roll. And then you can do like encyclopedia pages. Or if you have like the little I'm waiting for this to go because this is the little reusable towels, but it has the really thick chipboard tube in the middle, and that's going to be great. So, but yeah, so you can use that. You can use any kind of thing like that. So if you're not a member of our Facebook group, make sure you check it out over there. There's a mini kit we just released because we hit 400 people. And right now we're working. If we can get to 500 people by midnight Sunday night, then we're releasing the full-size kit of the Secret Garden kit. So, you know, if you're not a member over there, make sure you go check it out. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.